a white GT3 to the stable for some underside shots. Talk to us about it. What's going on?
I first saw this car about 4 years ago when my son and I, Eric, were doing tech at PCA autocrosses, and this car showed up in the tech line, and my son was looking at it for tech, and he says, "Dad, you gotta come look at this GT3." Because I had a black one at that point in time, higher miles car, and loved it, but I always liked the white ones, and so teched the car, got to know the owner of the car. I wound up putting steel brake rotors on it at Black Forest, so he could do the driver's ed school, which is basically open lapping. And you know, in the meantime of doing the prep work for the car as far as brakes, brake fluid, safety work and stuff like that, he also had half the car clear broad and then fully ceramic coated. So he was very paranoid about any scratches or damage on the track from the car, just from normal use. He did a couple of events with it, and wound up buying a spec Boxster that he didn't have to worry so much about the paint and everything else. But in the meantime, he had the coolant pipes pinned, the limited slip replaced, the clutch replaced while the motor was out, all done by a shop in LA because he was a North County guy.
So the suspension isn't stock, it has some updates. What's been done there?
He's got Terret billet lower control arms on it, and it's a monoball setup. It's got rubber seals on them. They're zero free play, and you know, you're still able to get some lube in them and keep the water out. So.
And is the driveline stock from the factory, or has it been tweaked?
Driveline is basically stock. These
How about
things,
the tranny or the clutch?
The clutch is actually a brand new Sachs unit, and so a factory clutch works just fine in these things.
Okay. How long ago was the clutch done?
All that was done about 5,000 miles ago.
Okay, good deal. You have the over rev report for this?
Over revs show there's range 1 over revs, which is hitting the rev limiter, and no range 2 over revs.
Okay. How about the is there a limited slip?
It's got a guards limited slip. The factory one was pulled out, you know, at the same time everything else was done.
Okay. Interior wise, is it completely stock?
Completely stock. At one point it had a bolt-in factory bar in the back. It uses factory seatbelt mount holes, so no holes drilled basically.
Any paint or body work done on the car?
Right rear quarter has been painted, shows that on the paint meter. Really can't tell otherwise. You know, paint metered the rest of the car. It's all pictures on the website of P-Car. The clear bra shows higher numbers, but you can factor in the thickness of the clear bra.
Gotcha. Stock glass all the way around?
It's got a replacement windshield, and that's about 500 miles old.
Nice.
Yeah.
New windshield's like a fresh pair of socks. Tread-wise, what we got left on the tires?
Front tires probably 40 to 50%. Rear tires, typical GT3, about 10%.
I think mine came with 10% left off the rack. At least that's what I'm telling my missus. And anything else to add about the car, its ownership history?
Ownership history, it's had several owners before. I actually owned it about 4 years ago, and when I was building my blue car that went on Bring a Trailer, I sold the car to a local racer. A year later I bought it back, And then a year after that, I sold it to one of my Cup car racers, just as a weekend toy.
Right.
So
and he hasn't been tracking it, has he?
no. And so now I'm representing the car for him for sale.